When you think farming, I'm sure you think of those rural areas. But there's an effort underway to bring organically grown vegetables to the Pittsburgh area that would be grown under a greenhouse in McKeesport. The result could be 60,000 heads of lettuce and sustainable jobs. Juan Lacey is president of Mon Valley Aquaponics. He joins us this morning on the Sunday Business Page to talk about a federal opportunity zone in McKeesport and the dream of a greenhouse in the Mon Valley. Juan, welcome to the show.
Thank you, John.
Great to have you
appreciate
on.
it.
Aquaponics. What exactly is aquaponics?
Well, basically, it's using fish as a battery to provide natural manure to the plants.
Really? I never thought of fish as, we think of cows when it comes to manure.
That's right.
So fish, obviously they have a waste product of some sort, and that waste product helps to grow products like lettuce?
That's correct.
And how does it work?
Well, if you remember that time when you were younger and you got goldfish.
Right.
If you left the goldfish in the water too long, it got cloudy.
That's right.
That cloudiness in the water is actually ammonia, which is the compound NH4. What the scientists have found out is if you take that and drop it into a tank and let it sit there, bacteria grow, and they change it from NH4 to a water-based growing product for the plants.
So do the plants grow in just regular soil and are fertilized with this water, or are they growing, excuse me, in water itself?
The roots are actually dangling in water consistently, and they're siphoning off the natural manure, which has been created in a way that it's a water-based growing product for them, and they grow astronomically fast, which creates crop at a very high accelerated rate.
Wow. I mean, this is absolutely fascinating, Juan. So the fact is then you can grow more lettuce faster through aquaponics.
That's correct. We have estimates from the manufacturer of the systems that we intend to buy. Your statistic of 60,000 is actually low in terms of the number we're looking at. We're actually looking at a number around 180,000 heads of lettuce a year.
Right.
The fish, the battery in the system, we're looking at having 15,000 pounds of fish coming out, which is going to create a selling point to all of our potential markets within Pittsburgh.
So is this a reality? How is this going to happen in the Mon Valley in McKeesport? Where are you? You got funding for this, or what's happening now?
That's the interesting point about this, because of what President Trump did in passing the recent December tax law last year. Embedded in that was what's called opportunity zone designation. And our governor declared large swaths of census tracts going through McKeesport to be potential opportunity zones. That enables us to be able to get private funding. And that private funding is going to enable us to be able to grow this system and not just create a business. Our goal is to create an industry.
Wow. How many jobs can will you be able to offer at this aquaponics?
But right off the bat, we're looking at anywhere from 12 to 16 jobs.
Sure.
And we're also looking at a potential of having this to duplicate every time we duplicate this footprint.
Right. Now, we were joking before the show that the location of this is going to be right next to the medical marijuana farm. I know they're very separate, but I mean, the notion that McKeesport becomes sort of the hotbed of agriculture really, I think, will strike a lot of folks watching as a little peculiar, but it could be a reality. It
could be a reality, John, and the reality is that there's a lot of other factors that work in our favor. In particular, the recent discussion by Walmart to initiate what's called food safety. So we're looking at having a feed into the Walmart system by actually giving them and other buyers from us a trackable system so that they can see where the plant was raised, what it was made in contact with, so that we can eliminate that fear of Ebola and other types of bad stuff that's out there.
Exactly. I mean, it's homegrown lettuce. It ought to be safe. And you mentioned the jobs already, about 16 to start off with.
Right.
But Let me ask you about other products. Could you do something besides lettuce, or is that just the start? Or what?
Yeah, lettuce is by far the largest item that they talk about when they describe the system. But we're also talking about being able to raise oranges, bananas, cucumbers, all sorts of peppers. The strawberries are to die for. I'll have to bring you some when we get those off. And those types of crops are typically the types of crops you see in a system like this because they're not needed to be pollinated by bees.
Right.
We're not going to have bees inside of the greenhouse.
I see what you're right.
So those crops will be able to be garnished. We'll be able to raise them at large rates. And let me explain this to you.
Yeah. Well, we've just run out of time,
Okay.
but Juan, I mean, this is totally fascinating to me. I wish you great success in this. I think when I think of the Mon Valley, if this becomes kind of the new agricultural hotbed of Allegheny County, what tremendous that will be. Juan Lacey, thank you, sir, very much for sharing your story with us. I hope you'll come back once we can start trying those strawberries.
I'd love to.
Try. Thank you again, sir. We'll be back with more of the Sunday Business Page in just a few moments. Stick with us.